She walked away thinking she was trading up. She told herself she deserved more, that life had something better waiting on the other side of you. And you're standing there, looking at the wreckage, trying to understand how someone who once said forever could treat you like a phase. But here's the thing most men don't realize in that moment. When she left, the version of you she knew died. And that's the best thing that could have ever happened to you. Because that man, comfortable, predictable, tamed, was never meant to survive. The one who rises now, he's dangerous. He's disciplined. He's deliberate. And he's the man she'll spend years wondering why she ever let go. 1. The death and rebirth of a man. Every man who's been through divorce goes through 2 funerals. The first is the end of the marriage. The second is the burial of who you were inside it. You don't get to be that man anymore, and you shouldn't want to. The man she left was built for comfort. The man you're becoming is built for conquest. See, the end of a marriage isn't just a breakup, it's a brutal audit. It exposes every weakness you've been ignoring, the complacency, the neglect, the softness that creeps in when you stop chasing purpose. That's the version she walked away from. And that version needed to go. 2. The psychology of her regret. People don't regret what they expect. They regret what surprises them. She expected you to fall apart. She expected desperation, stagnation, self-pity. What she didn't expect was evolution. The real psychological trigger of regret isn't nostalgia, it's contrast. When she sees you as unrecognizable from the man she left, stronger, calmer, sharper, her brain has to rewrite the story she told herself to justify leaving. You become the contradiction she can't explain. She said you'd never change. Now you're the living proof she was wrong. That's what burns. Not that you're better, but that she misjudged you. 3. The strategy of silence and reinvention. When a woman leaves, she scripts a movie in her head where she's the hero escaping mediocrity. She's told her friends, her mother, maybe even your kids that she had no choice. You don't win that argument with words. You win it with evolution. Every expectation she has, defy it. She expects decline. Show progress. She expects sadness. Radiate peace. She expects chaos. Live with precision. You don't prove her wrong by talking. You prove her wrong by thriving so loudly that silence becomes your microphone. 4. The energy shift. From loss to momentum. Grief is energy with nowhere to go. You can drown in it, or you can aim it. Turn pain into propulsion. Channel heartbreak into horsepower. Hit the gym like your life depends on it, because it does. Build something. Your business, your body, your mind. Every time you act instead of dwell, you build momentum. And momentum is masculine therapy. You don't heal by sitting still. You heal by moving forward faster than the pain can chase you. 5. Authority through action. Self-respect isn't built by affirmations. It's built by receipts. Every promise you keep to yourself is a deposit in your self-worth account. You said you'd get up at 6, do it. You said you'd hit the gym, show up. You said you'd fix your finances, learn, build, execute. Confidence isn't mindset, it's math. It's the sum of every time you said, I got this, and followed through. When you build that kind of internal credibility, people feel it before you open your mouth. And that's when she starts hearing about you from other people. That guy looks incredible. He seems unstoppable lately. And it chips away at her certainty like acid on glass. 6. The law of contrast. Let me tell you something about human psychology. We don't value consistency. We value change. A man who goes from average to extraordinary commands more fascination than a man who's always been exceptional. Because improvement is proof of capability. She left you expecting regression. Instead, you advanced. That's when she feels the sting of emotional loss, not of the man you were, but of the man you've become. 7. Detachment, the invisible magnetism. Detachment isn't acting like you don't care. It's actually not caring, because your life is now so full you don't have space for her absence. Real detachment is freedom. It's when you stop checking her socials, stop wondering who she's with, stop rehearsing comebacks in your head. Your focus isn't her world anymore, it's your empire. She expected you to orbit her. Instead, you became your own gravity. And that's when her attraction returns. Too late, too cold, too one-sided. 8. The physical evolution. The body leads, the mind follows. Start with the flesh, rebuild the frame. Because physical transformation is the loudest language a man can speak. When you walk into a room and people can see the difference, they don't need to be told a thing. Every pound lost, every muscle built, every inch of posture gained says, I rebuilt myself from the ground up. And when she finally sees you, jawline sharp, eyes clear, energy unbothered, her subconscious does the math. This isn't the same man. And she's right. 9. Professional ascent and financial power. Money isn't about greed, it's about gravity. Financial strength creates options, and options create peace. Build your income streams, invest, learn leverage, create independence. When she hears you're succeeding without her support, it triggers the primal realization that she underestimated your potential. She thought she left stability. In truth, she left momentum. 10. The social rewrite. Your social circle must evolve. New friends, new environments, new conversations. Surround yourself with people who don't know your wounds, only your willpower. When your ex sees you in photos with new allies, new adventures, new energy, it sends one message. You've built a world she's no longer invited to, and the fear of exclusion is more powerful than jealousy. 11. The 6-month test. At 6 months, most men relapse. They stop growing. They settle. They scroll back through old photos and wonder, what if? Don't. Because 6 months is when she checks in again, curious, nostalgic, testing. And if she sees you thriving, physically, emotionally, financially, her brain short-circuits. She thought time would prove she was right. Instead, time proves she misjudged you. 12. The internal revolution. Transforming your outside means nothing if you stay the same inside. Therapy, reading, meditation, discipline. This isn't weakness, it's weaponization. Emotional mastery is the new masculinity, knowing how to lead without controlling, to love without losing yourself, to speak truth without apology. That's the man she always wanted but couldn't wait for, and now she has to live knowing you became him after she left. 13. The silent revelation. Never advertise your progress. Let people discover it. When mutual friends casually say, he seems better than ever. When her sister mentions, he's really leveled up. When your kids talk about how happy you are, that's when it sinks in. You didn't perform for her attention. You outgrew the need for it. 14. The regret. Cascade. Regret comes in stages. 1. Surprise. He's doing better than I thought. 2. Curiosity. How did he change so much? 3. Comparison. Why isn't my new life as fulfilling as his seems? 4. Doubt. Did I make a mistake? 5. Devastation. I'll never find another man like that. But by the time she reaches step 5, you've outgrown step 1, because the man capable of inspiring that regret has no interest in revisiting the past. 15. The true revenge. Indifference. Revenge isn't replacing her, it's forgetting her. It's waking up one morning and realizing you haven't thought about her in weeks. It's being too focused on your mission to remember her name when someone brings it up. That's the quiet victory. That's the kind of peace that can't be faked. 16. The ultimate twist. By the time she realizes what she lost, you won't even recognize the man she remembers, because you'll be too busy living a life that no longer needs her shadow. She thought she left a man. She didn't. She released a legend. 17. The lesson for every man. Here. This isn't about revenge. It's about revelation. Her departure didn't destroy you. It revealed you. The fire she lit under you forged the man you were meant to become. You were never the problem. You were the potential, and she couldn't handle the pressure required to see it through. Now you're that man, and the irony is poetic, because the very pain she caused became the reason you'll never feel pain like that again. 18. The call to men, brothers. Stop chasing closure. Stop chasing her acknowledgement. Chase excellence. Chase power. Chase peace. Your new life doesn't begin when she apologizes. It begins when you no longer need her to. This isn't the end of your story. It's your origin story. The day she left was the day you began. 19. The closing truth. She thought she was walking towards something better, but she was walking away from everything rare. She didn't just lose a husband. She lost the man who would become the standard. And one day, when she sees you laughing, leading, and living like none of it broke you, she'll understand the truth too late. She didn't upgrade. She exited greatness, and you finally became it.